Hello, hello, everybody. It caught me out again. Hello, my name's Melanie Miller, and I've been at Tupperware now for 17, well, not 17, 16 years. At the end of this month, I start my 17th year at Tupperware, and I'm very privileged to be able to cook for you every day. Some days I don't cook, but usually when I do cook, which is most days, I'm going to do something very simple, something that's not going to take you a long time, and hopefully something that's tasty. So, my mission is to help people save time, save money, eat more healthily, and be a solution to pollution. And one of the ways that I can do that is by cooking and by showing you ways that you can use your food, you can use your storage systems to get the best out of every dollar that you make. Because let's face it, every dollar we make is important. And sometimes when we have to throw food away, we end up buying a lot of takeout, and we make a lot of waste. We look at ourselves and say, is this really what I was brought on the earth to do? And so my role is to try and make some of those things better. So hi, Wendy. Hi, Ingrid. And somebody else I see says, hi, Melanie. But I don't see your name today. So just go in, make sure you click on the link that's at the top of where you're watching, and that will let me see who it is. So what am I going to cook today? Well, you know what? I was at my freezer today because tonight we have our GPS, which is our, I guess, guide to the kitchen. And my privilege tonight is that I'm going to be showing off my kitchen, and somebody else is going to be showing off cooking with respect to the kitchen. But because I'm showing off my kitchen, of course, I want it to be like the best it can be. And as most of you know, I commonly show my fridge, my pantry, which is behind me here. The light, oh, the lights just come on. I live Tupperware. I live and breathe Tupperware. And this evening, one of the focuses is going to be on the freezer. So in my freezer, I have started freezing bread. But the trouble is, I'm not very disciplined about finishing off the bread. So, is there anybody else like me that if you go and look in your freezer, you're likely to find a few ends of bread? And actually, I had like half a loaf in there that I said, okay, I really need to get this used up because I bought a new loaf today, and I said, what can I do with this bread? So I looked up on the internet, and I know that there was a favorite that we used to make when I was growing up called bread and butter pudding. And basically, it's bread with butter with an egg mixture and raisins. And you guys know how much I love raisins. So I said, I'm going to try this. I've never made the real bread and butter pudding. I often make bread pudding in my breakfast maker, but not bread and butter pudding. So that is where it came from. Okay, so you're like me, Wendy. You occasionally find ends of bread and then you end up throwing them away and you say, whoa, what am I doing? So, to make this bread and butter pudding, the first thing you have to do, and I'm not going to make all the steps with you because, I don't need to teach you to suck eggs. But basically, you take butter, which needs to be softened. So, what I did was I took this butter, I put it in the microwave for 40 seconds at 40% power. And so what that does is it softens the butter beautifully without melting it. And then what it says is you have to butter, I'm not doing this very well, but you have to butter each side of your bread, but just like a very thin layer, and it doesn't matter if you get all the layers. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your bread and put it, I'm looking at my bread, it's not going to fit that way around. Take it and make layers of your bread, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to do one layer now, and I'm going to show you what you then do in between the layers. So really, really thin scraping of bread. And we're going to build up the bread into layers. Okay, so this is the easy part. Well, it's all easy. It's all super easy. And when I saw, I thought, oh, that's really easy. Okay, now while I'm preparing this, another easy part is to prepare the milk mixture. Now the milk mixture, it says 1.5 cups of milk and 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Now I don't have heavy cream, so what I'm going to do is instead of doing 1.5 cups of milk, I'm going to do 1 cup of milk and 1/2 cup of 15% cream. So I'm going to make it creamier than milky, if you understand what I mean, because heavy cream is 35% milk, cream. I tend to keep 15% cream. That's what I use most for cooking. So let me get my micro pitcher. Okay, so I'm going to use 1 cup of milk. There we go. And 1/2 cup of heavy cream. So I've got a fairly similar volume, but I'm just making sure that I've made it creamier than just milk, right? So it says to mix those together. And then to warm them. So I'm going to go and put this in the microwave now. It shouldn't boil. So that's good, because one of the biggest problems I have when I'm trying to cook in the microwave is when you have to boil something and then simmer it. But this, you don't have to do that. You just have to get this nice and warm. So I'm going to put it on for 1 minute, stir it, and then put it on for probably another 45 seconds. And then it should be warm enough without boiling. Okay, so that is cooking, that is going for 1 minute. So while that's going, I'm going to keep doing this and gradually build up my layers. Now, when I looked this recipe up, it said this is a British recipe. Okay, so I'm doing a British recipe for you guys, which is probably quite apt since I'm British. Well, originally. I don't have a British passport anymore. I only have an Australian passport at the moment. So I'm just going to make the layers to fit the best they can in here. So, you know, it's a sad thing to say, but I think most of this bread would probably have ended up getting thrown out because it was lurking in the bottom of my freezer. So there I've got my first layer of bread. My microwave has just beeped, so I'm just going to go stir it and put it on for another 45 seconds. And the other thing I have to do is prepare an egg mixture, because the milk is going to be added to an egg mixture, and that's going to be what's going to be poured over all the bread. So the egg mixture is 2 eggs. 2 eggs. There we go. 2 eggs and 3 tablespoons of sugar. So we'll put that in there. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Sherilyn. Hello, Ingrid. Hang on. I need to just focus, otherwise I'll do this wrong. 1, 2, 3. So 3 tablespoons of sugar. And I need to also put in there some vanilla. So we'll put 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. So we're going to mix this up together. Put it around the right way. Actually, I need to put it on the low gear. Hi, Cindy. So now I have a great mix of egg and vanilla and sugar. So I'm going to check on my milk. Then I'm going to add the milk into here and mix it all together. I'm just going to make the milk a little hotter. And what I also need to do is get some raisins. So my raisins, it tells me how many, but I'm just going to do it by eye. The raisins, it says, sprinkle the raisins between each layer. So I lost a few raisins there. So put that bread a bit flatter. So, I mean, I would say do raisins to taste, right? Okay, so now my milk mixture is hot, but not boiling. We're going to pour that into the eggs there. I'm going to mix this up together. So this is like, what it tells me in the recipe is to whisk it. Well, that's basically what the whip and mix does, right? So now I've got my they call it like a custard ready to go on here. But now I need to do another layer. So what I need to do is take some more of the bread and butter some more of it. Let me just put that there. Got too many things and not enough room. So now I'm going to get a bit more slapdash just because I want to get it done. So it says a little bit of butter on both sides of the bread, but it's like super, super thin, the butter. I do both. Yes, don't do that one. And now I'm going to put this layer is going to go on top of the layer that has the raisins. And of course, when it cooks, guys, it's all going to shrink down. But it's quite nice. I remember when I was young and we used to have this. It's quite nice when you get a crusty bit from the top. Okay, so probably I just need one more piece on this level. I'm just going to put it so it's haphazard, because in the recipe they use like square bread that's in nice triangles. Well, my bread is not square, it's not in nice triangles. I'm going to throw some you love, yes, I'm going to throw some more raisins on here. The more the better, as far as I'm concerned. And then I might be able to squeeze another couple of pieces on there, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then all I have to do is pour my egg mixture carefully over my bread. And as you're pouring it over, of course, what you want is the bread to soak up the egg and milk mixture, and it will gradually go through all the layers. So if this works, it's a really easy recipe. It's all frothy here. So I'm going to put the froth on the top. So, and it says the final thing to do is to just sprinkle a bit more sugar. So I'm just going to take a little bit of sugar and just dab it over the top like this. It says a whole tablespoon, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make sure that it's covered all over here. So I used about half a tablespoon. So now I'm going to put this into the oven to bake. And it does suggest trying to make sure that all the bread has soaked up the egg mixture. And I know that the top ones are pretty soaked, right? Because I poured it all over them. I'm just not sure about the ones in the middle. So I'm going to get my spatula and just squash it down a little bit before it goes into the oven. And it cooks at temperature 350. I'm not sure how long. I did read it in the recipe, but I'll have to go upstairs and reread it. But I would imagine it's probably about 45 minutes at 350. So a good cinnamon would be good on the top if you love cinnamon, Ingrid, right? Because you know me, I don't love cinnamon. And actually, now you've reminded me, Ingrid, maybe there were some other things I should have put in. Let me see. It does say to use cinnamon, and you can use some freshly grated nutmeg if you want. But otherwise, I've just done the basic one. But yes, I know a lot of you would love to have cinnamon on the top. So this is a super, super easy recipe, and what a great way to use up your leftover bread, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has leftover bread, right? I'm sure all of you, that happens to all of you at times. And so I was really happy to find that recipe. And I've got like maybe two slices of bread left now. So out of 14 slices, that was pretty good, I think, to be able to use up the rest. So let's do a draw, because I hope you noticed I was on the ball today and got the jam jar out straight away. And we're going to do a draw. And at the moment, what we're drawing for is a small, deep Fridge Smart for $10. And just remember that the Fridge Smarts retail for $37 now. And I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again today. I can't believe it does. But for the amount of help a Fridge Smart will give you in your kitchen, it's definitely not a waste of money. But I'm sure everybody would appreciate having one of them for $10 instead of $37. So let me do a draw and see who is our winner today. And Michelle Tarnowski. So Michelle, you are a regular winner. I actually have a box ready for you, so it won't be in that box because your box is all sealed up, ready to go. And it will leave tomorrow morning. But we'll keep this one maybe for next time. Hello, Sharon. Sharon's just arrived. So I do want to remind everybody that you know, the whole thing about cooking with Tupperware is to help you save time, save money, eat more healthily, and be a solution to pollution. You can get lots of tips and tricks by joining my VIP group. And there are some recipes in there. I do daily recipes. And should you want to start equipping yourself, the best way to equip yourself is by joining Tupperware yourself. And today, was it today? No, yesterday, we had the release of quite a few brand new samples, which means that once again, we have access to products that are up to 65% off the regular price. So that makes shopping a lot of fun. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Please come to the GPS tonight. It's going to be fun. And I've made big efforts today to make sure that I have some things to tell you about the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry. So take care of yourselves. Bye for now.